Hey guys, welcome back. Got another style video for you here. I recently did a job that required parts to have a serial number engraved on them or machined onto them. My CAM software doesn't have a serial number option, so in the past I've always just edited the number, reposted it, ran over to the machine, run it, back to the software, repost, machine, run it. But it's always been a small number of parts, 5, 10 parts, nothing ever over 10 parts that I had to do. This job was significantly larger and would require a lot more, something besides just reposting the software. So I wrote some macros to do it, had the serial number be the last option, so I could load another program in that would run the macros to engrave, and then I would start over with the next part, op1, op2, run this program, engrave. And it automatically updated the serial number and everything. And once it was set, there was no editing of the code after the first time. You put the initial serial number in, and then you would just run it after my op2 from that point on. So it worked out pretty good. You could run it at different points easy enough, but I just did it so that at the end of my op2, which is really the part was finished and the last thing you needed was the serial number, you could run it and engrave it. And that worked out fine. The job was done. However, I was thinking about adding a screen set to the Syntec controller that you could control everything about the engraving process right on the screen and then run it at different points during the machining operation of whatever part you were doing. So that's what I did. Let me get the camera turned around. I'll show you how the screen works. And I also made a separate set of macros that you guys can download from a link I'll put in the description, that you can edit the initial macro. It'll run through the monitor screen, so it's technically not a macro, but it does macro functions. So anyways, you can download it. It's easy to follow, and that way you can run it and serialize parts. It may help out, may not. Anyways, it's there as an option. So I'll put Ramblin' here. I'll get the camera turned around in front of the screen. I'll show you how it works, and then we'll engrave the serial number real quick. All right, guys, so here we are at the home screen, or what I call the home screen. So put this under the manufacturer tab, and then serial number, and then you can see the meat of the screen here, right? So you do have to use a G54P whatever position for this to work, because it needs to be separate from your work coordinates from your main part. Tool number, you can enter your serial number here, any number that you want. It's got a max of like 2 billion, 100 million, something or another. You can just put a part number or a serial number in there. This box here is what it increments by. It can be any number. If it's 1, obviously it's going to be 411 is the next, 412, 413 if it's by 2s. 412, 414, whatnot. And then here is the height of the digit. The larger one, that's a little large for a serial number, but it makes a good demonstration, right? But one thing I did in here, right, so if you change that, let's change it to 0.1, you can use this auto ratio number here, and it'll automatically update your width and your spacing so that they're still in the same ratio. Let's move this back to 2. And then auto update that. And then obviously down here, we got the depth of cut, feed rate, and a max RPM. And then over here, we're gonna have the actual RPM, which digit, 1, 2, which digit it's engraving and the number that it's engraving when it's doing it. So this won't take very long. So you can't really see anything when it's running anyways because of all the flood cooling and whatnot. So we'll just leave it on the screen. But like I said, it won't take very long to just do the 3 digits. So got to make sure the door is locked. In auto mode, we'll hit execute. It's feeding down from a start position. It's about a 1/2 inch above the part, and then it runs from there. So you can see over here, we're doing the first digit, which is a 4. Now it's doing the second digit, which is the 1. And then onto the third digit, which is a 0. And then that's it. And then you can see that it incremented to 411. And it would have incremented to whatever we had put in that box right there. So if it was 5, it would have been 4 or 5. So let me pause this real quick and we'll open the door so you can see the number. All right, you can see the 410 there. Now it looks like the spacing's off because the 1 is written all the way to the right-hand side, or engraved all the way to the right-hand side. I might tweak that so it's at least in the middle, but we'll see somewhere down the road. Anyways, that's it. I'll show you a sneak peek of some videos I got coming up for this beast right here. So have to stay tuned if you want to see some of those. So lots of things coming up. We'll see you in the next one. Hope you like it. Remember, in the link, you'll be able to download the macros to do this engraving. See you, fellas.